Hi, it's Transition Tuesday. I'm Jane. This is Joe. Today we are talking about being a stranger in a strange land. We want to try to share with you a scenario that will help you understand about being a person with a disability and what life is like for a person with a disability, and also offer you some insight into why some of the practices we do for transition planning, self-determination, supportive decision making, all those things that we've been talking about in these videos, why they are important. So our example for this scenario is going to a restaurant in Chinatown, or going to a restaurant in a foreign country when you are an English speaker. So a person with a disability experiences the world in this way. So picture yourself. You end up in a restaurant, let's say in Chinatown. You didn't choose the restaurant. You can't read the menu. You can't eat with chopsticks. No one in the restaurant speaks your language, and they don't understand a thing you're saying with all the gesturing and all the things you're trying to do. They don't understand. Maybe they understand the pantomime, but you know, they could bring you something you really hate drinking versus what you want, which is water. You don't like what you ordered, so you just point on the menu and they bring you this food, and it's, like the thing that you hate, or you're allergic to shellfish, and here's a big old shrimp platter. You don't know if you have enough money to pay for what you ordered. You don't even know how much anything on the menu costs, and yet here you are. And then here comes the bill, and maybe it's in dollars, and you realize, oh, I don't even know if I have enough to pay for this. I didn't like it to begin with. And you can imagine the level of anxiety that you're experiencing in this scenario. And then I will never, after this horrible experience, I will never eat in Chinatown again. I will never go to this French restaurant again. I will never eat, I don't know, whatever. I will never eat this kind of food again because I had a terrible experience here. Do you see where I'm going? So let's talk about how this could have gone better, because that's what transition planning is. So perhaps instead of just ending up in Chinatown, maybe you research restaurants in Chinatown and learn about Chinatown before you go there, before you step off that bus or that train or walk however many blocks to get there. Maybe you research it. Maybe you go online and look up some Chinese food recipes, like try different things incorporating foods you know you like, right? So then maybe you go to a restaurant nearby that is that kind of food and order one of the dishes you practiced eating at home or cooking at home, and finding out, okay, this is pretty good, I like it. You'll get an idea of what the price of food is in a restaurant like that. You'll get an idea of what's on the menu. And then ask people to go with you when you do decide to go to Chinatown or to the restaurant where they don't speak English. It's about practicing. It's about preparing. It's about discovering what your preferences are, and then practicing exercising the choice. So those are some ways that things could have gone better. Some other things that you might do if you were going to go to this restaurant is have a plan if things don't go well. Make sure you bring more than enough money than make sure that you, if you're feeling sick to your stomach from what you ate, or if you don't like your food, can you return it? Can you say, oh, I don't like this food, I'm sending it back? Can you have a strategy for getting up and leaving the restaurant gracefully? And include the person that you're with in making these choices. If things are not going well, in the practice restaurant even, in your home recipe making, go back and ask the person to make a choice. Do you like this? Yes or no? Would you like to try this later? Is now just not a good time? Involve the person with a disability in the choices. Just like you do. You do all these things inherently. Why? Because you've had practice. You've had years of practice in choice making. People with disabilities aren't always afforded that choice. Sometimes they find themselves in Chinatown and they haven't asked to go there. Somebody just has decided this for them, and then they expect this person to act appropriately without these important preparatory factors like we were talking about. And then guess what happens? Failure. And then once the person does make a choice, even if things are not going well, celebrate. Celebrate the practice of making those choices. So how does this apply to transition planning? Well, it's about learning about preferences. That's the number one step, because most transition plans start with an assessment, which is a series of questions. Do you like this? What is your favorite? What do you want to do ultimately when you finish high school? All those things are transition planning assessment questions. So how do you answer those questions unless you get to know the person? If you're the person asking the transition assessment questions, you need to get to know the person. And the person, maybe who's never been given a lot of opportunity to make choices, needs to learn about themselves. Some of that is experiential. Like, if you don't try it, how do you know if you like it? If I hadn't ever gone to Chinatown, would I even like Chinese food? Ask the person about their preferences. Practice choice making in the setting. So what I mean is, we go to Chinatown, we're not having a good time, or we are having a good time, or we're open to the opportunity. That's the time when you start asking for choices, because that's discovery, and it's exercising self-determination skills. And then work as partners. You're working as partners. Joe and I don't do anything without being partners. Now, I am doing most of the talking in this video today, and Joe and I talked about it ahead of time, and I asked him, would he like me to include him in the questions, and he was kind of making his, I'm not really interested in this topic face. Are you interested in this topic or what we're talking about? Tell me with your voice if you think it's an interesting topic. Do you think this is interesting? touch my hand or use your voice. Is this an interesting topic to you? Yes or no? Yes? It might be a begrudging yes, but yes, he is interested in it. Would you like to make a choice about what we're going to do next after we finish this video? Would you like to make a choice about what we're going to do? Yes. Okay. So we did decide on the two choices Joe would make following this video. This video is an activity. Activities are an easy way to practice these transition planning, choice-making skills. Because who doesn't want to choose what they're going to do? So the two choices we have are movie or music. Joe, do you want to watch a movie or listen to some music? What do you choose? Movie or music? Which do you choose? It's a rainy day. What would you like to do? We're going to pick inside activities because it's raining out today. So which would you like to do? Movie. All right, we're going to watch a movie. See you next time.